Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it is Miss Dorothy-Inez. And I am here today to share one of the most beautiful women that I have the pleasure of having in my life today. Miss Julie Danskin is with us today. She is a mentor and wonderful friend as well. And I'm looking forward to allowing her to share her experience with us today and just share all of her juicy wisdom and knowledge. So if you happen to be tuning in for the very first time today and you're wondering who the heck is this today, because my hair changes, who is this redhead today? Well, my name is Dorothy-Inez, and I am a confidence and beauty coach for high-achieving women entrepreneurs who are ready to show up and shine in their life and in their business. I love helping women be all that God has called them to be in life, because what I know is it takes confidence, it takes courage, and it takes boldness to be who you were meant to be in life. So with that note, I want to go ahead and introduce my beautiful guest, Miss Julie Danskin. Let me pull up her bio. Julie is a coach and mentor in entrepreneurship, personal development, and women's leadership. Julie has over 35 years. I think, is it 37? She'll tell me when she comes on, of experience, entrepreneurial experience as an independent business owner with Mary Kay. She has been distinguished as performing in the top 1% of Mary Kay worldwide. How amazing is that? Julie has taught at retreats, coached and mentored on corporate videos, as well as spoke at national events to thousands. Her message is simple. You can have it all in life, creating success both at home and in your career. Trust me, she is an example of that. She says, dream big and believe in yourself. So on that note and on those powerful words, I am going to bring on my guest, Miss Julie Danskin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Let me put my phone now in airplane mode so nobody disturbs our juicy conversation today. How are you, Julie?
I am great. I'm just so excited to be here and spend time with you. And whenever the two of us put our heads together, always great ideas come together. Big vision comes out, and it's just so much fun to be in your space. So I'm just thrilled to have this opportunity to just sit and chat.
Yeah, and I love just chatting with you because, you and I can chat.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead. Did I have those years right? Was it 37 or 35?
It's actually 37. Time goes by fast, and especially when you're having fun doing what I'm doing. And like, how many pink Cadillacs is that?
Yeah, right.
And so it's actually 37 this in January. So it's amazing to think that a lot of your adult life was spent in this beautiful pink world.
Yes, well, I'm looking forward to spending the latter half of my life in the pink world and the pink bubble with all this love. I'm ready to ride that pink rainbow to heaven.
Yeah.
So, Julie, let's dive in. I've got a little list of questions here that I want to share, and we're just going to, have a fun conversation here and get an opportunity for both of us to just share our stories. So today, what I want to know is, tell us a little bit about Miss Julie Danskin before the Mary Kay life.
Okay, well, I want you to think how different life was 37 years ago. I want you to think about 1983. This is before the internet.
Oh, I remember 1983. I was in 11th grade. I think I told you that the other day.
Yeah, exactly. And I had another very successful career. I graduated with a degree in food science and nutrition, completed a dietetic internship, and then worked in the nutrition field, and then went back for a graduate degree in public health nutrition and adolescent health fellowship. And so I had achieved a lot in the nutrition world. I actually, when I started my Mary Kay business, I was working in developing corporate wellness programs. And I also was president of the Minnesota Dietetic Association. So I was very involved in my nutrition career. I loved what I did. I was, I really felt successful at it. I did well at it. And I enjoyed it. And it worked well up to a point.
Oh, yeah. What was that point? What made you decide, I think there's more?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of careers we as women pursue, and many of us invest a lot of time and money, a lot of education and things like that. And we feel like we're climbing the ladder of success, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we discover at a certain time in our life that the ladder is on the wrong wall.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right. It's not aligned with everything I want in my life. And so in 1981, our son Eric was born. And so at time was going by where I was doing what I was doing. I was very successful at it. I worked in the corporate world, and in this particular company, there were it was a huge corporation here in the Twin Cities, and they were very forward thinking and things like that. However, it seemed like the organizational chart was on a chalkboard someplace. It was just honestly. There was no real vision of how I could move forward in this corporate environment. And I've always been a high achieving, hardworking person. And you know how it is when you work for somebody else, you're going to get paid what that job is worth, not what you are worth. And your ability to have the ability to really promote yourself, to create the lifestyle you want. So I woke up one day and said to myself, I don't want the next 5 years to be the same as the last 5 years, because my priorities, I now am a mom with a, young child. My husband had a very demanding corporate career, and I felt like I was passing myself going all the time, and my priorities were out of whack. And then after you wrote a big check out for daycare every week, you felt like you had 13 cents left, and you were like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, how much longer am I going to keep this up? Mm-hmm. And, what's the end game really going to be? And so I was restless. I was really restless. And, I didn't really know what I was looking for, but I was restless and knew that there was something more for me. And you know what that is that inner voice, that is, I believe, is God talking to you. And I could hear that voice saying to me, Julie, you were made for more. There's more for you. And you're bigger than this space right now. And so that's really where I was at.
Right. And I can totally relate to that story, because kind of that's what got me going down the entrepreneurial path back in 2010, working at a job at a corporate company, making close to 6 figures, and discovering that a young man 7 years younger than me was making $7,000 more a year than me, taking that to HR and nobody listening. And that's what kind of gave me that push that, like, there is something more than this. There is a way for me to get paid what I'm worth for the gifts and talents that I bring forth. And then also, I'm relating to the pressure of when you you get all this education and you feel like that's the path that you're supposed to go to. Oh, I just, like me, I just got a master's in organizational psychology, and everybody's like, oh, so what are you going to do with that degree? And I'm like, well, actually, I'm not going to do what you think I should be doing, but I'm going to use that in my entrepreneurship. So you kind of can get stuck in what what other people think you should be doing, and then kind of getting trapped on that rat race of corporate. So I totally hear what you're talking about. So let me ask you, why did you choose Mary Kay? How did you even find out about Mary Kay at the time, when really your soul was telling you there's something more? How did this something more come to you?
Well, that's interesting, because, I wore no makeup. I mean, not even mascara. All right.
I couldn't imagine it.
I know, nothing. All right. And so that was, so I actually had a girlfriend that actually, this is my first introduction to Mary Kay. When I was pregnant, I had a neighbor and she invited me down for facials. And I never used any cosmetics. So, I went to her home and she had a Mary Kay beauty show. And I bought some products, which I liked. And, but she never followed up with me. And I remember her talking about this company that was all about a dream company for women. And that was kind of planted a seed. And so then in my corporate job in the wellness, field, I had a girlfriend that I worked with and she started her Mary Kay business. And I'd already had that seed planted that was a good company for women. So when she said, "Oh, I started my Mary Kay business," well, she kind of did it like this. When I started my Mary Kay business, she wasn't confident at all. And she's like a secret agent, and so, and I said to her, "Oh, that's great. That's a great company. I'll help you. I'll hold a party to help you get started." All right. So then what happened is then I watched her just bloom. I watched her pretty soon. She is looking like $1 million because she's using all the Mary Kay products. And then she's talking about all this great fun she's having, these great women she's working with, all this great money she's making. One day she came to work. She had this gorgeous ring on. She'd won from Mary Kay. All right.
I can feel it about the ring. I love jewelry.
I know. And so, and of course, I'm going to a lot of dull board meetings and nobody's giving me rings, Right. And so I'm like, wow, this is really something. And so she kept inviting me to things and talking about things. And finally she said, Julie, I'm, learning about this. I was wondering if my director could come over and the two of us and share a little bit about Mary Kay. And of course, I'm curious anyway, and I would do anything to help her. And so in 1983, pink Cadillacs were the color of Pepto-Bismol.
Yes.
And they filled up the entire driveway, and they had fins. They were enormous. Okay. So I want you to imagine this pink Cadillac floats up my driveway. And this gorgeous woman gets out and sits at my kitchen table. Now I want you to picture, I have no makeup on. I'm at home with this 18-month-old child who's got the whole house torn apart. And of course, I'm not the picture of success here either, And so she sits down at my kitchen table and goes through all this information. I don't remember a word she said. I just remember thinking to myself, someday when I grow up, I'd love to be you. She was so confident, so put together, so passionate about what she was doing. And then when she started to show me the money she was making working out of her home, I was like, wow. And then I said, well, what kind of background did you have to do all this? And she said, well, I was really a stay-at-home mom. I really had never worked. And I had 2 babies at home. And now I have 2 teenage sons who are both on traveling hockey teams. Now, any of you that don't know about being a hockey mom, but that's like a life commitment. Yeah. So, she's sitting in a hockey rink all the time. I never miss a hockey game, but I totally work my Mary Kay business around my, family and all the things I want to be doing with my kids. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, here I am working in the corporate world. We're not making anywhere near the money she's making.
Right.
And we're missing a whole lot more than a few hockey games. All right. And, with our children and the things that are important to us, because somebody else is in control of our time,
right.
and our paycheck. And so now, and she, of course, she thought I'd be great. Well, of course, now at this point, I've got essentially 2 jobs, an 18-month-old baby. And my husband's going, you're going to do what? How many nights am I going to be home with a baby? And, and I was like, and then I'm thinking, oh, all my relatives live out of state. All my friends are a bunch of dietitians who wear no makeup. So, and then I'm thinking, oh, master's degree dietitian with all that education, going from that to pink jars and pink beauty cases,
right?
Which is what it was then, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, no, so she drove off into the sunset, and you're probably wondering, well, what happened, Julie? Well, 1983 was the 20th anniversary of Mary Kay. Mary Kay founded her company in 1963 with 9 women. All right. And in 1983 was her 20th anniversary. That year, Mary Kay published her autobiography. And my girlfriend, I know what happened is she went to her weekly Mary Kay success meeting, and her director probably gave a challenge and said, send out 10 autobiographies to women that you think a lot of. And guess what showed up in the mail? A Mary Kay autobiography. I brought this here today because this, I read this book, honestly, And I love to read anyway. And of course, a few months had gone by and my life was still the same. I still had the same bug list,
Right.
And so I read this book, and I actually have to read the first little paragraph. Okay.
Go ahead, read it to us. Read it.
Because it just
it's so inspiring.
Well,
the book is just so inspiring.
Yeah, it's just I feel every woman any woman who's a working woman, her wisdom is timeless. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyone could gain something from this. But this is the first paragraph. Mary Kay starts her book out saying, there are 4 kinds of people in this world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, those who wonder what happened, and those who don't know anything happened. I knew from a very early age that I wanted to be the first on that list. And I remember reading that and thinking to myself, so do I.
Exactly.
So do I. And that hooked me. And I started reading about this company where women could have their faith first, their family second, and their career third.
That's I love.
Yeah. And you probably had this faith. You had job. Mm-hmm. Like I did. All right. Mm-hmm. And that was really the beginning. I read the book. I was so inspired by Mary Kay's vision for women. I called up my girlfriend. I thought, I don't have a clue how I'm going to find the time. I don't know how a clue how I'm going to find a customer. I don't even wear any makeup. I don't have a clue about any of that. But I do know 2 things. One is I'm willing to work and I'm willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was for any woman joining us today or watching this, you want to make a positive change in your life. You want to be a part of something that changes women's lives. And let's face it, when you change a woman's life, you build her confidence. You empower her. You know what you're doing? You're affecting generations, because she's passing all that on to her children, and it's affecting generations.
That is so beautiful. And that's what I love about this, is that it truly is an opportunity for us to build a legacy that can be passed on, build wealth. So one of the things, just listening to, you said, I didn't have a clue, I didn't have a clue how, the time you talked about, how were you going to find the time? Where were you going to get the customers? Heck, you don't even wear makeup. How did you overcome those? And potentially maybe there was some, fear of rejection that might have come in there that you had to overcome. Julie, how did you overcome those? Because a lot of times when women are looking, I know just as an entrepreneur, we deal with, constant rejection, and this kind of stuff can get us, down. And then if you're trying to, do your 9 to 5 and then grow your own business as a side hustle, how are you able to manage that and be a mom? How did you do it?
Well, again, I want to go back to Mary Kay. Who was she? She was a single mom working in a man's world, raising 3 kids, sole support, no child support, nothing. She was it. And so when she founded this company, she knew where women live. And when, this whole tradition and culture of Mary Kay is really designed as this positive, nurturing, warm environment to support a woman during those times that she's learning. And so what I did from day one is I knew this was a tested recipe. I thought to myself, what have all these other women got I couldn't get fixed? If I could learn and I can study what they're doing,
right,
I can do it. And that's one beautiful thing. See, in the corporate world, could I go into the president's office or the most successful person in the company and learn from these highly successful people? Absolutely, absolutely not. All right. But guess what? When I told my Mary Kay sales director and her national what I wanted from my Mary Kay business, what did they do? They held out a hand. They were this free flow of information, this free flow of this culture of supporting and building women. I plugged into that positive, nurturing environment from day one. And I never miss an opportunity. If there was a Mary Kay event or a meeting, I joke around about it, but that's what I love to say. I had to be either dead or dilated to miss it.
That's serious. You
Yeah.
know, but Julie, you bring up such a wonderful point, especially for a lot of the audience, you know, that I serve, you know, to get the kind of personal development and mentorship that we get with the Mary Kay opportunity. It costs anywhere from 15 to 30,000 plus to get the kind of mentorship and personal development that we get and that we give, because you mentioned that go give spirit. I mean, you mentor me and you don't hold anything back. And that is what I love. When I was looking for what can I, you know, add to my business that serves women in the area of beauty, I looked at all different companies. And, you know, Mary Kay, the thing I love is what you said, is the culture, that go give culture that we have, that we are in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. And it's not just talk, it truly is. And when I talk to women and I share this beautiful opportunity, I am always pushing, you know, you're the average of the 5 women you hang out with. And every Monday, I have the opportunity to hang out with 9 go-getters and get mentored by you, this woman who has earned how many cars?
24, 14
cars.
Yeah, and 14 of them the pink Cadillac. And of course, there's no greater joy than getting a phone call from the Cadillac dealership. Oh, your pink Cadillac's here.
Yes.
and going to.
You know, and what I love about Miss Julie is every week, I mean, literally every week, you tell me my pink Cadillac is where?
On the assembly line.
Yeah, and so she is always speaking life over me, and that is the kind of women we all need in our lives.
Exactly.
You know, this is unlike, you know, anything. And what I love too is Julie was mentored directly by Mary Kay herself. So the knowledge that I'm getting is coming directly from the queen bee herself through Miss Julie. And so this is a beautiful thing. So let me ask you this. Who would you say this opportunity is for? Because a lot of times women will go, well, Dorothy-Inez, I'm not really into beauty. I don't wear makeup. I get that one all the time. And you said you didn't wear makeup. Who is this opportunity for? Because a lot of women talk themselves out of it before they even hear what it can bring to their life.
Well, I feel there are 6 qualities. Okay. Do you want me to go through them?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So there are 6 qualities, and I tell women if they can see that they have at least 3 of these qualities that and they're resonating, then they want to take a serious look. Okay. And I would say the first thing is women that are busy. Okay. And why is that? Because women that are busy are the kind of top achieving type people that are good as an entrepreneur. They get things done. And oftentimes she's not the, you know, the big wig in the corporate office. She may be the woman who is the mom, the super mom that's, you know, running the volunteers at the school and, you know, doing Sunday school. And she's, you know, she's making that household just you know, hum. Okay. She's an achieving person. She's busy. All right. So, I mean, it's an old cliche, busy people get things done. But honestly, I like those kind of women, because women that have a lot of time in their hands, you know, sometimes they can't get off the couch, but give me a busy woman who wants something. She is going to, you know, she's a good fit. All right. For being an entrepreneur. All right. And then I would say the second thing is women who don't necessarily know a lot of people. And why is that? Because you're not going to build a real business with friends and family. You may practice there. Okay. However, what I'm looking for is women who are willing to learn how to build a real business. And they're willing to take a tested recipe that's over 56 years, that Mary Kay's, you know, top successful company for over 56 years, what now international in 40 markets. all right, and a top 5 global brand. That's a tested recipe.
A lot of people don't know that we
Mhm.
are a top 5 global brand. That's powerful stuff.
And so I look for that woman who she doesn't necessarily know a lot of people, but she's willing to learn. All right. And I think that's a big part of that, because, you know, that tested recipe is teaching you how do you build real customers. Okay. And third of all, as I look for women who are not necessarily the sales type, which sounds really interesting. However, success in our business is really about relationships. It's about building other women and being a relationship-oriented person. And I want you to think about the fact that our product is consumable. It goes down the drain every night.
Every night.
Every night. And if you stop using it, your face falls off. Okay. I mean,
yes, really... yes. I want to find that out. That's why I use it every night.
Yeah. And I want to make an extra point here, because at a time like this, people may be wondering, well, who's buying cosmetics? Well, and you know why? Because a woman today can't go get a massage, can't get her hair done, she can't get her nails done. Yeah. All right. She can't do all those things. And however, she needs to feel good about herself. And she needs to show up on camera in Zoom or who knows what other virtual things she's doing right now. So she needs to look good. All right. So interestingly, this last week, well, when this whole stay-at-home thing started, one of the first phone calls I got was from one of my good customers who actually was my son's daycare teacher. And she ordered, I don't know, $150 or so. And then she ordered again last week. Okay. She wanted to make sure that I could get her Mary Kay to her. Now, what's interesting about this is that I met her when my son was 3 years old. All right.
How old is he?
39. And she's been ordering like that every month all these years. And she's one of the special people in my life that, like you, your customers are not just customers. They are people that you have a relationship with, because you do life with them. You know, you're their Mary Kay beauty consultant, and the loyalty, Mary Kay customers are the most loyal customers out there. All right. And so it's really interesting to see that relationship is so much more important than sales ability. Okay. All right. And that's why teachers and nurses and women from the helping professions are excellent at our business, because it's their natural way of being with people. Okay. So that's the third quality. Fourth quality would be women that have financial goals. Sometimes it's more month than money. Okay. Why is that? Because, you know, women that maybe have trust funds are not all that ambitious. I'm looking. Yep, exactly. I'm looking for that woman who wants to create financial independence for her family. She wants her children to graduate from college with no school debt. She wants to be kissing goodbye all credit card debt and things, and paying off her house, and, you know, paying off the college debt. I'm looking for that woman who wants to create a better lifestyle for herself.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Exactly. And be that extra $500 in cash this month that's going to pay the groceries. All right. Or maybe it's something big that you're really working on. And so that's one of my favorite things, is to strategize with women. You know, tell me what you want, and then I'm going to work with you to help you strategize how business is going to work into the lifestyle you got right now to create where you want to be going next. Okay.
Right.
All right. So that's the fourth quality. And then the fifth quality is women that are family oriented, and they want harmony in their lives. They don't want to just be job. Right. Okay. All right. And I'm, again, speaking to a lot of women that find themselves working at home now. And maybe you have woken up to realize that hour commute to make to work every week. Guess what? That's another 40 hours a month that you're working. All right. And wouldn't it be great if your commute was like my commute down to my office?
I love my commute, right from my bedroom into this living room.
Exactly. You know, and maybe you're discovering that, having some actual flexibility in my time for me to decide when I'm doing what That is the kind of life. So I'm looking for women who want to create a lifestyle. They don't want to just work a job. Okay. They want a lifestyle, and they want to create their life the way they want to live it. And that again, I go back to Mary Kay's autobiography. And I love one of my favorite quotes of Mary Kay. What you vividly imagine, ardently desire, enthusiastically act upon will inevitably come to pass. And when you're in the pink bubble, that is a fact. That is a fact. All right. And so that visioning, and that my family has always been my number one motivation. Yes. And, you know, I've done this spare time. I've done it part-time. I've done it supporting a family, you know, because I retired my husband at 51. And now I'm in retirement. Yeah. And it's worked in all stages of life. And, you know, being family oriented is a big part of our business. Faith first, family second, career third. That's one of Mary Kay's pillars. All right. And that's what creates big success in our business, that you are in alignment with that. All right. And then the next one is, the fifth one is a decision maker. Because you know how
decision makers.
Decision. Because you know how it is, Dorothy-Inez.
Yes.
The people, the someday people. Yes. You know, when this is in alignment or this is perfect, then I'll do this.
Yes.
All right. And we know life is not like that.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. Yeah. It's, you know, when you decide that it's not your circumstances, it's your decision to make a change. And maybe it's only a 2% change, but a 2% change over a year, 5 years, 10 years, that's what creates a million. Okay.
Yes. Compounding effect.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the last one I think is really, I think probably will relate to a lot of women. And that is women that are happy with their lives now. You may like your job now. You may like your situation now. However, you want more. You're looking ahead 5 years from now. If I stay doing the same thing I'm doing right now, right? Yeah. Here's something to think about. If you plant corn, what do you get? Corn. What do you get?
More corn.
Right. If you plant peas, what do you get?
Some more peas.
Yeah. If you plant nothing, what do you get? Actually, you know what you get? You get weeds. You get weeds.
Oh yes, yeah, I can see that.
You get weeds. And what's my point about that? People that just keep doing the same thing over and over again and assuming life is going to get better. And I think with our situation that we have right now with the pandemic, I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact that there are certain things in your life that maybe are not what you really want.
Right.
And now is maybe the perfect time to make a little pivot.
Yes.
All right. Put yourself on a new path.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So those are those 6 qualities. So busy women, don't know a lot of people, not necessarily the sales type.
Yeah.
Have financial goals, more month than money, family oriented, a decision maker, happy now, but want more. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Those are the kinds of women we love building our business with. This is just so good. So good. So what about the woman who's successful already in her career, or some of my entrepreneurial sisters who might be listening and they're like, Dorothy-Inez, I'm already building my own thing. I don't want to build somebody else's empire. What would you say to those sisters listening in today?
Well, I think number one is to understand that starting your Mary Kay adventure, you are an independent Mary Kay beauty consultant, which means you're not
independent.
And that means you're not building somebody else's dream. You're building your dream. You're simply using the vehicle that Mary Kay has created. And her vision was enriching women's lives. She was twice in her life one man away from poverty. She experienced all kinds of things working in a man's world when women really weren't in the work environment.
Right.
She created this environment so that you could create your lifestyle, your independent. And whatever it is that you do right now, well, will be enriched by the Mary Kay experience because of what you will learn from what, and you will get that much better at being an entrepreneur. I've actually had so many women who've had other businesses that came on board because they wanted to learn, get access to all the essentially free education. Honestly,
Their training is phenomenal.
I felt like I was going to business school, Dale Carnegie personal development, and modeling school at the same time. And it was free, you know. And the personal development is unequaled in Mary Kay. So whatever it is that you may love doing, you're just going to get that much better at it. All right. And whatever, and women that are really come into Mary Kay that already have very successful mindset and a success track record, you come into this company and it's a turnkey business. There's no having to design websites and do all the Mary Kay does it for us. All right. And so you just get that much more successful. You just got another stream of income that's pretty exciting that you create for yourself. But I think more than that, you know, in order to have more, you have to become more. And when you're around a lot of very highly successful women, and some of the highest paid women in the country today are a part of Mary Kay.
Yes.
And so you're around some of the most brilliant, highly talented women who are sharing ideas like crazy. And it only just enriches what you already are about. And so I think that's great. You don't have to leave your other career. I mean, there's someone that I really highly admire who's always in one of the top queen of sales in the diamond division. And she actually is a U.S. Justice Department attorney, very highly successful with, you know, high level cases in Washington, D.C. And she actually that's a full-time job and with huge demand. And she's always at least the queen or top 3 in sales in the diamond division. And you know why? Because she believes in this company and what it does for women.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And what I love, again, is like, you know, I'm a confidence expert. And this business, for any woman who is struggling with confidence, this is a confidence builder. This is why I added it into what I'm doing, because, you know, that a lot of times confidence is associated with outer beauty, and women learn so much from developing their outer beauty, but the training, the personal development that goes in, you know, that you get through this business is just phenomenal. The mentorship is phenomenal. You know, that my girls who come onto my team, they have access to me, and then they have access to you every Monday. So it's just like this wonderful, like you said, bubble, this pink bubble of support and sisterhood that I truly love. And I love winning all the prizes. You know, I will, you know, work for jewelry, as Julie has figured out with me. Dangle a piece of jewelry and boom, I'm doing it.
Mary Kay knew that about us. And that's why she, you know, she worked in a company where, you know, before she started Mary Kay. And there's a great story in the autobiography about it. And she worked really hard to be queen of sales. And then when she got there, the prize was a codfish light, as in put on these big boots and go, you know, give your fish. Yeah. And you can imagine how she felt. And she put that codfish light on the wall in her office for years to remind her if she was ever in charge of recognition, it was going to be Cinderella gifts that she would love to have, but she would never feel too guilty to buy for herself. So that's why we're always building, you know, today I've got on, I forget how many carats this incredible ring is.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? And this ring was given on the 50th anniversary of Mary Kay. If you had a 13% increase that year, in honor of the 50th anniversary, you were given this gorgeous topaz and diamond ring, you know. And so it's like a one of a kind, it's a trophy, but it also brings me back to that incredible moment of our 50th anniversary and contributing to our, our growth of our company. And so I have a house full of, someday I have to have a scavenger hunt, everybody over and look at all the prizes. Because the house is full of all these gorgeous things that have been a part of just achieving in Mary Kay. So you always feel like Miss America. You sneeze, you're going to get a round of applause. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just loving hearing from you. It's like every time you and I engage, I'm always learning and growing. I've just had a blast, working my Mary Kay business this last, 6 weeks I've been doing this. And
I can't believe what you've accomplished in 6 weeks. I feel like it's been 2 years, Dorothy.
I know. It's like, and people think when I first started this, people were like, nobody's going to buy, people are losing their jobs. And I'm like, the things that thrive right now, alcohol, cigarettes, and beauty products. Mm-hmm. And it has been as easy for me it's just sending a text saying, hey, do you need this or that? And it hasn't been, like right now, people, our business was founded in the party model. And mm-hmm. right now we pivoted this business in a couple of days. We pivoted mm-hmm. from the party plan to virtual. Mm-hmm. And it has been so effortless because like you said, Julie, women, some women, I've been saying this, some women don't mind being broke, but women don't want to be broke and ugly.
Amen. Amen. There's only so much they're going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell my girls, I'm like, we don't want to come in this cocoon as a butterfly and step out as a moth. We need our Mary Kay, we need our beauty products. And it has just been so much fun. Let's talk about the pivot that took place, because you've been doing this for 37 years and you are growing exponentially doing video. Oh my gosh. Tell us how you've been growing during this time, Julie.
Well, I'm going to be very honest and very vulnerable here. To me, social media was just another thing I had to, mm-hmm. another interruption into my day. I really had a bad attitude. I have to be just mm-hmm. honest with you about it. And although I think I needed to fall in love with it. And you know what? That's the greatest gift we have in Mary Kay is our Mary Kay girlfriends like you, because we all have different talents and gifts. And that, of course, is your wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. And so right about the minute that everything changed in the world, you decide to start your Mary Kay business. And what's so great is it's a perfect example of how Mary Kay works. You brought your social media brilliance. I've brought all my wisdom and experience and years of building this business. We put it together and look at what you've accomplished in such a short amount of time.
Right.
So but you know what? This also brings to me one of the principles of success for any woman wanting to be a consultant. And that is that your attitude is going to determine your altitude. All right. Yeah. And so there are times when I need to have a no kid myself time. All right. I look myself in the mirror and have a no kid myself time and say, Julie, you know what? This is the way the world is now. I'm going to learn to love this. All right. Mm. In the beginning, I didn't love doing parties. All right. I loved speaking and that's what I'd done prior to Mary Kay. I used to be in the President of the Dietetic Association teaching and speaking, and people listened to me. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, then I had to go, okay, if this is how I'm going to earn a car, how I'm going to become a director, I'm going to learn to love it. All right. So early on in my career, I had an affirmation, which still is true for me today. And that is, I will not allow any negative person or negative situation to hold me back from going to the top. I'm going to the top.
That's a good one.
And I'm not going to allow any negative person or any negative situation to hold me back. And I'm going to share with all the women here, the day that you honestly decide that you're going to pursue your vision and you are not going to be affected by what other people think, is the day you create true liberty in your life.
That's so good. Mm-hmm. So good. Because we are literally one decision away from our destiny. One decision. Exactly. that could create this liberty that we all really seek, stepping into that God-given call and purpose. We have this idea, many women have, how it's supposed to look. Like, I thought my life was going to be a certain way, and doing, adding this to what I already do, Julie, has really allowed, it's almost like amplified
Great word.
that I do. Michael, I'm here to impact lives. I'm here to help empower and, as Mary Kay says, enrich the lives of women. And this has really like amplified what it is I do. And it has just been so amazing. And I always tell a part of the story, this is my third time doing Mary Kay. As this is my third time.
Yeah.
The very first time I did Mary Kay was in 1999. 2 years, no. Yeah, 1999. And I was in a real deep state of depression, as I've shared with you. I didn't have a job. I was living in my apartment, all the windows closed, and I was losing weight like nobody's business because something traumatic had happened in my life. And my girlfriend said, I'm going to have a Mary Kay, my girlfriend who's a Mary Kay consultant, come over and give you a makeover. No ifs, ands, or buts, Dorothy-Inez. She is going to give you a makeover. And I was like, okay, because she knew I was into makeup and stuff, but I was down. And that Mary Kay consultant came over, Miss Denise Butts, who was also a diamond. I was Denise's diamond. And she did a makeover on my face during the lowest moment of my life. And that woman uplifted my spirit. She didn't expect anything from me. She came really, Julie, with the heart to serve. And that made such an impression on me that I decided that day I bought my consultant kit. Fast forward, I left the company to go with Mac. Fast forward, I left Mac to go back to Mary Kay. Yeah. And then I had an inventory, and my confidence wasn't where it is right now. And my professional friends were like, you're selling Mary Kay. Anybody can sell Mary Kay. That's not professional. So I bought into the hype, returned my inventory, and we're not supposed to be able to come back on to the company. And I was like, but I know God put Mary Kay in my spirit that I was supposed to come back with this company. And I remember I don't know if you remember when you first approached me, I was like, no, girl.
I know.
No, I don't do Mary. No, I'm a Mac girl. I think I told you that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I reached out to you and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling this. And, there was a process I had to go through. And you said it's supposed to take 30 days. And 48 hours later, I had an answer. And I felt like that was God's yes to me. And I was so excited. And I'm still so excited, Julie, about this opportunity because, like I said, it allows me to use my gifts as a makeup artist, to use my gifts as an esthetician, and to use my gift as a mentor to uplift and empower women and still get to do my coaching that I do. I didn't have to shift what I'm doing. Yeah. Add this in to into my life and into my business and into my world. And then to have the gift that is you, the gift that is all the sisters that I've acquired because of this opportunity. I mean, this is unlike anything. And that's why I wanted to come on today and share the difference that it's making in my life and the women that have said yes to the opportunity to come on board to our team. It's just been a phenomenal 6 weeks because literally it's been 6 weeks I've been doing this and it's just amazing. And I'm excited.
I think what else, what I think is so great, Dorothy-Inez, is at a time that's been very, honestly, grim for a lot of people.
Yeah.
At a time like such as this, you have been able to really make a difference for a lot of women's lives. It's both in sharing the product and also offering the opportunity and giving women hope and giving women a vehicle. And I'm just been so excited to see how you have brought so much to our unit, and also so much to the women that you have reached out to. So I think it just goes to show there is not ever a perfect time to make a positive change in your life. That it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. It's what is in your heart and what do you see for you. And and I think the biggest thing for me, and I'm going to pull this book out. You know, Mary Kay was, you think about in 1963, what was going on for women. All right.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, but but there's still the same problems, right?
Yeah.
She was thinking of us today. All right. She was thinking of women from the, generations of women. And she was all about righting an injustice. And she felt that's why she took God as her partner, because it was, it was really a hope and a prayer. Okay.
I love that. God is her partner. I love that. I'm all about that.
Yeah. And I think that, and she will, if she was here today, she would say that is why our company has been blessed, because she always took God as her partner. She always kept faith, family, career a pillar in our company. That's just how we do life. And so I think for any woman that resonates with wanting to be a part of something that stands for empowering women and a vision for women and what we can create in the world for ourselves and our families. And what's so great, you grasped that and you did not hesitate in sharing. And I think that is going to come back tenfold because you have that sharing heart, Dorothy-Inez, and that ability to build other women. So congratulations to you on everything you've done and everything you're going to be doing. I know
I can't wait to see me in my free car coming up.
Right.
I'm excited about what's to come in this partnership, and just the growth that is happening with me, that's happening with, my team, that's happening with our team, because we work, like I said, in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. And so partnering together and growing. And so if you are listening to this today and this, like Miss Julie said, this resonates with you, if you are a friend of Julie's or a customer of Julie's and you're thinking, you know what, I do want to know more, I want to invite you to reach out to Julie today. If you're one of my people and this is resonating with you, I want to invite you to reach out to me today. And then if you are the customer or friend of any consultant watching today, reach out to that consultant, find out more, find out how this beautiful opportunity can enrich your life, be a blessing in your life. Because I love this business. I love those of you that follow me, God is my partner in this. If you resonate with God first, family second, business, career third, give us a chance. Just listen to the opportunity, because like we said earlier, you are one decision away from your destiny. One good decision today could transform your future, your family's future. We are passionate. If you can't tell, me and Julie are passionate about this business and what it brings to our lives as women and what it brings for me, to my business. And so, Julie, any final words you want to share, any words of wisdom you want to share with the women and men listening today?
I would say, if you have a dream in your heart, in difficult, hard times, great success stories are born. If you are right now, maybe at the end of your rope, right, and you're just not sure what's going to be the next step, maybe that's a reason to reach out and learn more. All right. And I have to say, Mary Kay's made it very easy. The company has turned on a dime to create virtual opportunity. And right now, a woman can start her Mary Kay business for an investment of $30, which is unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, she can start and have access to all this education, all this support, and really turn that into cash for her family right now. All right.
And when she says right now, she means right now within.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if, if you're at the end of your rope, that's probably a good reason to reach out here. Maybe you love what you're doing right now. Maybe everything's just great. However, you're just thinking you want something more. Maybe you want to have some more fun. Maybe you want to be around some women that could teach you some new things and develop some confidence and have something fun. Maybe you're excited about winning a new Kate Spade bag or what some of the other fun things that Mary Kay does. Maybe you just want to be part of the girls club and have some fun. And or maybe you just always dreamed of being an entrepreneur and you've never had the courage, or you've never had the circumstances you felt, but it's been kind of in your heart. Well, what an incredible time to be starting something that could literally change your life. Believe me, when I started my business, I was just hoping I could figure out how to do my own eye makeup, let alone teach anybody else. Okay?
Right.
All right. I mean, and my first party was $30. And I always tell people, if I had a video of it, you would know your success is guaranteed, because you think to yourself, this woman won 24 cars from Mary Kay. All right. So just remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you do need to start in order to be great. So don't allow temporary fears and situations hold you back from a dream in your heart. And really hold on to what Mary Kay said. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, enthusiastically act upon, will inevitably come to pass. Why not be around women who think like that? Because you become like the people you hang around. So I can't say any of you that are in Dorothy-Inez's group, you would be so lucky to have her as your senior consultant teaching you. What she brings to the party is exceptional. All right. And so you have everything to gain and nothing to lose by taking a step forward and putting yourself on a new path. All right. And for those of you that are listening today that are like, you know what, this is great, but I just can't see it for me. And you want to support Dorothy-Inez. We need customers. We would love for you to be one of those women to try some of our incredible products and make yourself feel beautiful and attract more beautiful things to your life because you feel beautiful. And so we appreciate anyone who's been listening and learning more about what we're about. So God bless you all. Okay.
Yes. What a beautiful close. I love this, Julie. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start. What a powerful, powerful word. And I love, Julie, that you reiterated that you don't have to be like Dorothy-Inez, a makeup artist and esthetician. You were a woman, didn't even know how to put your own makeup on. And this was a part of your personal growth, that you became this polished, beautiful, amazing woman and leader. So, Julie, thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom with us today. I always get excited when I'm in your presence, and I appreciate you so much. And for all of you that watch today, thank you so much for spending this hour with us, because I know your time is valuable. Thanks to all of you that are listening to the replay. I appreciate you. And again, if you want to know more, we don't pressure anybody. People, if you see it for yourself, you see it. But if you are willing to listen and hear, we are here for you. Reach out to me or reach out to Julie. Let us know, and we'd be happy to share. God bless you, and stay safe out there. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Bye-bye.